as an apprentice, Idaho Roller has an apprenticeship program. And they're getting all these people signed up for apprenticeship programs, but they're dropping out.
Oh.
So I want Joe
Get in there.
just get in and get it done.
So, I don't know if anybody's superstitious or not, but if we do 2,000, we might wanna change one a little higher because it's 666.
Oh, I am, so let's change it to
666.
1,900 or 220.
Well, let's just go one go 700, and the other ones go less
I'm fine with
because.
that.
Okay, Bonnie, so we wanna go one
I did that
700,
today at the market.
and then drop the other ones down so we don't have a triple, quadruple six. I mean, that's a,
13. It's good.
That's a 700.
yeah, it's very
There we
end.
go.
Yeah, a lot of sixes. So we'll stay at the 2,000, we'll go 700, and then split the other two.
That works.
So then we're back to insurance again.
Insurance. Okay, so.
This is iCrimp insurance.
Okay.
So it runs about 14,000 right now. We're somewhere between 13, 14.
Okay.
So if you look, we've been over 35. I would go 4,500 just to be safe
Yeah, we're
across the board. Because even on the one that is 4,000, we're really close to 4,000.
Yeah, we're over on all of them.
So we need to go up 4,000 on all of them.
Does it change much?
Yeah, but it's,
Like pennies to the dollar or hundreds, or what do you think?
no, it all depends.
Because it's only giving you a $61 leeway if you drop it up to 4,000 in each one.
No. I was thinking 45. I think
That would be-
45.
Or 42 or something would be safer to give her a
Yeah.
couple hundred on each side instead of $61 isn't much.
Right,
42?
42 on each one.
so how many times, 4?
Yeah, you're adding 800. So before, right
So
now you
we're
have,
adding 800 to our
Yeah.
total,
yeah.
And it's only 3.
Oh, 3, okay, so you're
Yeah,
adding
there's
600.
only 3.
so we're adding 600.
600.
Okay.
Hmm?
Insurance.
You good? I'm not making it very hard.
Well, the good thing is, a bunch of these have already crossed over multiple pages.
Yeah, well, you've got 27 minutes for your 2-hour time limit.
Well, then we better go on to a Vista.
Okay, Avista, 4,000 with 2808 used. 13,000 with 8404 used. 20,000 with 15,986 used. Um, 8,000 with 6,050 used. And 6,000 with nothing used. That last one was on the last page, which is under the sanitation fund.
Oh, there is an Avista on there.
So we're budgeted 51,000. One we used. $33,248. We know power's gonna go up next year. Do you think it's gonna go up almost $20,000?
No.
Can we go to like 40 and drop it 11,000? That'll give you a $7,000 leeway. Think that would be enough?
Oh, more than enough. If you look just at the second page, bottom one, it says 2023, we used 2,700 and we had a budget of 7,000. Then we went up about $100. So they raise their rate, but it's usually pretty small. It's like you kind of don't notice. With us, it's about $100, so we kinda notice.
Well, the year
150.
before though, on one, we used 10,300, and the next year we only used 8,400. So it
So
dropped.
if we use 33, but if we go to, like you said, 40, we're saving 11,000, giving a $7,000 budget,
Mhm,
or buffer.
mhm.
We go to 38.
39 and we'll call it, no.
Yeah, but have you seen how my breakdown of my Avista bill? So it changes because if you notice, there's one for like streets,
Right.
because streets is
But-
higher.
Right,
Something to consider is we still have 3 months left to use.
right.
So we don't wanna, so yes, we've used 33 so far, but we still have 3 months left to pay. So we gotta take that into consideration when where we drop it to. So what is our average a month? So we can kinda see if the 39
Well, and
is
she's
gonna-
got, when she does it, I mean, when she breaks it down to us, she's still got it down in 5 different situations.
Summer's way cheaper usually.
The water plant's running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 3 pumps, 2 pumps in the river, sprinklers.
That's all
the
summer
sprinkler
long.
fire.
Okay,
So our
This is kinda
summer
high.
Actually,
is not necessarily cheaper because of
When I
water.
break it down, I keep it month by month all the way through the year. And then at the end of the year,
Household now.
you still have, so you can divide it out. So you're looking at 2,
Yeah, me
4,
too.
4,
I'm on it.
5,
Because we
winter
got
time's
it.
higher,
It's just only had- I don't know,
and this was October.
Okay, so what is, like,
I have to-
what was last month, so we can kinda figure out what
Last
we
month
have
was this.
I
was
know,
3,600?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
3 times.
So 3,600.
3 times a day. With first.
But then you have your breakdown too, and see like with this one, you'll see that,
Because it runs for almost 3 hours for the.
water is the highest, then the streets,
There's 7 sections.
then the sewer,
first
then the
3
park.
sections have water for
So,
45 minutes.
If we
So-
take the average of 3,600 for last month and average after, or add that for the next
I
3
just looked them
months,
up again, they were-
that's 10,800 plus the 33,248 that we've already used. We're actually at 44,000 for power.
Right.
44,048 is what we're gonna be by the end of the year for
So
power.
we should leave it then at 51.
That gives us $7,000 buffer, which is kind of what we were looking at. I mean, if we drop it, I wouldn't go much below,
I think it's fine. That's
Okay.
something that we have, I mean,
we kind of have to have power.
yeah.
But it's good to, like, I mean,
Well,
I'm
not like we
glad
don't have
that
half this other stuff, but
right, looked at what we have left because we would have been real close on just, there's no buffer in case it went up.
yeah, I'm good.
So we can look and see what it is again next year and then adjust a little more if we need to possibly.
Mhm,
Thoughts?
I'm good.
Okay.
Our cameraman's falling asleep, so we better hurry.
So you're okay with leaving everything the same?
On the Vista.
Yeah.
Okay, good, okay.
So what of these that we already, if we went through any of these? I know we went through Vista already, so we can mark that off as done on all the pages. So we're on to building
Oh, I
repairs.
missed a Vista on this page.
Okay, now things are gonna get really different.
You're killing me, Smalls.
I'm sorry.
You need to be better.
I tried. I'm not perfect.
Okay, building repairs.
1,500 with 0 used. How many is there? I don't see anything on that one. Okay, here's one for 2,800 with 223 used. Sorry. You're plugging it, Mark.
All that water I drank.
Yeah. I don't see one on this one. I can't skip or I'll get in trouble. Building repairs. So far I only see the 2.
Is there only 2?
I think I see 3.
Where's the other one?
Park
Page
is there?
6, parts, page 6. Page 6.
Oh, here's a 1 for 1,000 with 0 used. Did I give you that one already?
Go to 5,300 and only use 225.
Yeah.
There's 2 on page 3.
Well, they were gonna put the
Yeah, I
building
missed that
repair.
one. That was one I missed.
Library.
For building repair, we probably would have spent more this year on building repair under parks, but, we haven't gotten to the painting of the gazebo, or were we gonna fix the roof? The roof? Yeah, so we didn't get that done this year, so you gotta think about
Yet.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so, hopefully that'll get done. But with the park, I mean, I'd like to keep the park where it's at, because, you know, the dugouts sometimes need it, or the gazebo. We're looking at hoping that the concession stand can get upgraded.
Well, I think, you know, honestly, I mean, we went through the major things. I think we're down to now kind of looking at the small tiddly-wink things and being like, do we feel like they're,
Do we want to
It's not
see how
every-
much we've saved so far
Yeah.
versus what we've added?
because like, they're not all matching. We don't have each line item on each section, right?
Right. You know, and right, and like, you also wanna separate it out, because, you know, like, you gotta think, okay, this
Right.
one's the park, so how much work do we normally, we do a lot of work on
You're
the
gonna do
park.
more work at the park than you are here, and.
And here we have, you know, it's
How much
only
did it go up?
1,500 and we've never used it, but sometimes we do, like, we got new carpeting that one time, he put all those things, wires, he hooked up the wires, repainted when Mina and, I think it was Mina and Rose, wasn't it, or Mina and Emily? So,
So are you talking about adding to the park, or what we're not gonna take
No,
away?
no. I didn't say anything about adding or subtracting off the park, but, I said we kind of went over like the Vista and the legal fees and the medical insurance and that kind of stuff. That was all big prime stuff that was on each section. Now we're down to the ones that are, I call them tiddlywink spots, that not each one of them is going to be included, like
Right.
in
like they're not all gonna be
The
the same.
smaller ones.
Each, I would go page by page now,
yeah,
just
that's
because,
kind of where I'm saying. Now we're down
because
to-
all these are gonna be different now. Because it all depends upon what section of the city you're looking at, streets, park, water, sewer,
So-
building here.
As of now, we've got 55,600, and we've only added,
And that's out of last year's budget, right?
no, it's out of this budget.
This budget
This budget, we've cut
I mean, for
55,000.
next year.
for next year's budget.
Yeah, for next year's budget.
What was passed last year?
Well, what we're going to
It's
pass
what-
for next year.
it's what-
Right, but
Yeah.
I'm
It's
saying,
what Dick and Bonnie had set out already, it's what they had kind of figured from last year's, and so now we're breaking it down and we're looking at it.
that's what I mean, so.
Yeah, for next year's budget.
Right,
So we've only added
But this is-
4,700.
these expenses were in this year's budget, right?
Yes,
Yes.
there wasn't much of them that was changed.
So we've cut 55,600 so far, and we've only added 4,700, so we're still positive $50,000 we've cut so far, even after the stuff we've added.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
But just to clarify,
Let me go to Disney World.
bear with me here.
I can look it
So
up.
the 55,600 that was cut, that was expenses that we have expensed this year. That's gonna cost the city this year.
Save.
That's what I mean.
Save the city, yeah, for next year's budget.
Right, okay.
So at the end, our budget is now, if we just went with what we have, instead of,
1,778,000 be 1,725,000.
yeah, we took 55,000, but we did add that, well, we didn't necessarily add it, we did add some, so yeah, 4,700, so we're still 51,000 or 50,900.
I mean, it looks like chump
Oh,
change
no.
when we say it $1,700,000.
It's not.
But
But-
55,000, or even with the 50,900, that's still
Right.
quite a bit that we've cut,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
But that is what we are supposed to do, is the four of us are supposed to be the ones going through it and doing that, so it's good for us to do that.
So now we have to go page by page.
Yes, and it's, I'm just sitting for I turned to a pumpkin at 8.
You know, we had a number of meetings.
I know, I hate it. I know, but I have things to do.
We could have done this over a number of meetings.
I know, and you asked multiple times
Yes, you did.
and kept getting told later.
Well, I
later,
appreciate
later.
you pushing this meeting tonight.
Yes, we need it.
Okay, well,
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
So
So building
page-
repairs for,
Page 3.
page 3 is the park. Where is page 3?
General fund, it's
Okay.
us. It's this office.
And we haven't used anything, but you're thinking that if something happens to the walls, the carpet, that's what it would
Is there
come
any
out of.
gonna be any upgrades for the new phones?
Yes,
Okay,
so that would go under building repairs.
So I think we should leave it, cause we don't know what we're gonna have to get into to get the microphones and all that.
okay,
Okay,
miscellaneous, what's it for?
Okay, miscellaneous for anything weird that we just kinda can't categorize.
do we need 25?
Various things, I mean, just stuff that comes up.
But even last year, you only used $784
I
out of
know.
that 2,500, so could we drop it to 1,500?
Yep,
Is that good with you guys?
Yeah.
And 4,000 on supplies, I mean, you used 3,300 this year, 28 last year,
So
I think
far.
that's pretty close.
so far,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
but
that's
the
fine.
price of supplies went up too.
Right, so that
So I would
that's
just
fine.
leave it at 4,000, cause I
Yep.
think we'll be pretty okay, but I don't know. We haven't had to buy as much ink for the other copier, cause we've
Nope,
got
that's good.
at least.
Okay, office expenses,
We do without them.
Yeah, because you've got
Yeah.
supplies that you can use for the other one, okay,
Yeah.
1,000, okay. There's nothing budget for copier lease, because it's.
We're still figuring it out, so I would go, we're at 982.12 here.
What if we went to like
as
1,300 or
June.
1,400,
Yeah, I think I was thinking about 1,500.
1,500, okay.
for what?
Copy or lease.
And what, and it's.
Okay, but that
It says
includes
zero,
the
because we didn't have
copier.
a budget for it, because I just got it this year.
Yeah, so that's the lease, which is like $121.
Okay,
or
so
something.
tools for the office, what would you consider a tool for the office? I mean, if
Well-
you're gonna buy a stapler, you're gonna put it under office supplies.
Yes.
So you don't really
We
need
don't even
tools?
need that, we don't
Okay,
even need
so
tools.
can we take that off of there
Yes,
completely?
completely off.
Okay.
Um,
So JK recreational,
Just so you know, we did buy a tool, little woman's tool thing.
is it pink?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm good with that.
Okay, so
Recreational, are we going to a boat? Are we gonna rent a boat and go on the lake?
that's for donations to the
Yes.
rec district.
I know.
But it shows
I like my
3,000 but zero use, so have we not made that donation yet?
No, I think it's every 2 years, I'm not sure. They send us a bill.
And we always do 3,000? Okay.
That's,
Well,
it
So
used
do
to
we
be
need-
2, it used to be 2, and then 1 year it went to 3,000. And
So it's
seriously, I don't just send them a check, I gotta wait for them to ask.
So it's 3,000 every 2 years, or 3,000 a year and they bill you every 2 years?
I don't know, how it works.
Because if it's 3,000 every 2 years, we could drop it to 15, but we need to know for sure.
No,
Yeah, we can just leave that one in.
I would just leave it
at.
at 3,000 because I'm sure they're gonna
Okay.
send me my bill.
So coding,
Codified,
codifying ordinances,
Yeah.
700,
Yes.
and you always use just 2? So can we drop it to like
Well,
4?
we don't always use 2.
Or 5?
so
What-
we have
what
to
is
have,
this?
we have to have new ordinance.
We have a lot of ordinances
Hasn't been done in a
codified.
while.
So we can,
Yeah.
should leave it?
And leave it.
Technically,
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't enforce what's not
Ooh,
codified.
the computer, 4,000, you just bought new computers, we're not buying new computers
But
for
we
a
have
while,
phones,
but is that going to be under that?
Actually, maintenance needs a new computer.
Okay, but is that gonna be under the general fund, or is that gonna be under something different?
Oh, okay, so I would up it, computers go across the board, so,
Okay.
if we need to buy new computers, like for water or wastewater, we divide it out 3 ways.
Okay, so you use 6,500, and you said they need a new one,
Right.
so what are you suggesting, go up to 8,000?
I would say if we go up to 6 across the board,
Okay, 6 across.
so that's $18,000.
just to be safe, because, okay,
I'm
like
just
I
making
said,
sure.
For every year, are you gonna put
no,
18,000?
Just
we
for
can
this year.
drop it, but remember, we've gotta get all this stuff, that's gonna go under computers too.
Okay,
So we're
Because-
increasing that by,
2,000, so $8,000.
You really think you need that much?
so they have to buy a new computer for maintenance, and then.
You're getting
all
my
that.
Well, one
phones
thing is if it were
and
safe,
everything,
but we can drop it next year.
speakers.
Right, so we won't have it next year, we'll just have to eat it this year and then drop it next year, because.
Right.
Okay, and the trail,
Trail, I say we never get it, no. Trail is now under JK Rec.
so we can take that one
off.
completely
Yeah.
out, so that saves 2,500.
Mhm.
Flowers, we're gonna skip that one, because we all know how I feel about flowers, so I think we should bump it up, but
That go to, that, so it goes to
Is
Polly?
that what Polly does? Is that what we give Polly, right?
Cause the prior year we gave her 1,000.
Flowers are very expensive, so I do
Yes.
think we should actually increase it to 1,000 or even 1,200.
I think so.
I've got
too.
almost 2,000 sitting at the post office.
Yes.
So,
So 1,000?
I would at least.
Okay, my opinion is, why don't we do 1,200 and not give to the pool?
No, I wanna give it to the pool still.
Okay.
Why would you not give to the pool? Our kids use it.
I know, but I'm just saying because it's only open a month and a half, not even. They open in like middle of July,
Yeah, but
close in the
flowers are
middle
only
of
good for 3
August.
months, so it's still
So-
justifiable that way.
So,
So we're increasing flowers to 12, or what?
1,000, 1,200, what do you guys think?
I'm thinking $1,000.
1,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
1,200 because.
Just buy daisies.
Because
So
I'll tell you,
$1,000.
flowers are very expensive.
And do we wanna leave the pool at 5?
I say we leave it at 5.
Leave it at 5.
KJ sponsorship, $100, they used 110 the 1 year and 160 the year before, so it needs to go up.
So-
200? 150.
I'd say 150.
150 I'm good with. Heritage Foundation, 50, they used 500 the 1 year and 50 the year. Why?
We gave them 500 because they had that water break
Oh, yeah.
and they were asking for extra funds, so we wrote them a check for 500 instead, so.
So should we just, for something like that again, should we just keep it at $100?
I was thinking $100.
Nick, Mark?
The Heritage Foundation?
Yeah,
You gotta give at least 100.
I think that's
Yeah.
good. Okay, so festival, 550?
Yeah.
That's the Blackberry,
Yep.
We should up that,
what, like 7?
1,000.
7,000.
I know where your heart's at.
They,
kidding.
Yeah, they do a lot.
I'm just teasing you.
700?
No, he
No.
said
I was
1,000.
thinking $800.
Okay.
1,000, Nick?
So that's for the Blackberry Festival for, I
I'm
know,
good with that. I'm good with 1,000. They bring in a lot. They do a
Yeah.
lot of work.
yeah, no, I'm fine with that, I was just making sure that that's what it was, the Blackberry Festival.
Okay, Christmas lights,
Wait a second, I gotta, so, I'm trying to keep track here.
sorry.
You're going on real
I'm
fast.
sorry. I gotta keep you guys in line here.
Okay,
2,000 for Christmas lights, and they used 847 last year.
We can get more this year.
Yeah, but aren't we upgrading the,
Yeah, so I think we're fine
so
with
that's a,
2,000.
this is just for, this 2,000 is for,
The city, right here across the streets.
no, this is for
The park?
the building,
Oh, the
Yeah,
park.
right. Oh, just the building?
just the building,
Wow.
Yeah.
right? This is, because there was another one, 6,000 under streets.
How did we spend
Yeah.
$847
Right.
for the building?
Yeah.
We just had 3 stars. That's
I
it.
really don't understand, okay, that,
Well, is that right, Bonnie?
Yeah, we got lights put outside, we do.
So where does, this 2,000, is it just for the building, is it for everywhere, for streets as well?
I'm looking at streets.
Because I thought we had one for
6,000.
6,000. So that would make our budget
for the street
8,000.
upgrades, right?
Yeah,
Right.
6,000?
yeah, I think that's all in one, the general fund for Christmas lights should be 6. Maybe
So
I
what-
didn't catch
so-
that one.
So we can take the 2 off of this one and just use the 6?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Christmas candy, 500. I think that's fine, because it's only 160.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supplies, fundraising, CLP, what was the 10,000 for?
I have no idea.
Isn't
Oh.
the CLP the community library
Oh.
project?
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
So that was the money, some of the money that was donated from
yep,
the city when they sold the land?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's just money that's been donated to the library?
Supplies, fundraiser, we're taking that one off
Yes.
completely.
Mhm.
yeah.
So that-
Cemetery, 300, used 324 last year, so should we bump it up to 400 or 450?
That's Justin.
We can spray up there if you guys want us to. It's real dicey. Some people don't like the spray, some people do. That's the most expensive thing. There's no water up there, so the weeds kinda, you know. I did spray around the headstones this year, and that might be why the cost went up a little, because that helps the mower.
Bump it up to 350.
Yeah, I mean, 350.
That works. And the capital outlay 5,000, what is that one just for?
Just in case we need to buy something that's depreciable, kind of like the when we did the dump truck, we used capital outlay.
For,
Because it's considered a capital asset, so it's, you can depreciate it year after year.
so we wanna leave that one?
This is just in case.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
Always had that.
all right.
Back there,
So-
saving your money.
Supplies, this is still under general fund for 500, you haven't ever used or budgeted anything
Where are you
before.
at?
On the next
Page
page,
four.
page
No, you
four.
forgot building repairs for the library.
How did I skip that?
Way down at the bottom.
Oh,
Because the Vista's
Sorry.
already done, so we,
and we did building repairs, we skipped, oh,
Yeah, but that was
okay,
building
you're right. This is on library, building repairs for the library, we have 1,000 with nothing used or nothing budgeted before, so.
We used 200, okay, so the last time we used any money out of the budget was that last 2023, I think it was 2022, we got them a new air conditioner, but it needs a new plug-in because it's.
Now, are we in charge of the we're not in charge of the library district is, so what are we in charge of buying?
It's the building.
the building
Just
is
the
our
building,
building.
the building is ours,
Building
okay.
is ours.
So then, yeah, so
Okay.
we ended up getting her more shelves.
Okay,
We redid the bathroom, but the problem is you don't understand how many people get upset because it's not that the bathroom isn't handicapped acceptable. It's not grown up, it's accessible.
Standing room only.
You
So-
literally, if you sit down, you have to like adjust yourself
Put your knees
because
to your
your
chest.
knees hit the side of the, it's horrible. I mean, just to clean it is a nightmare, just because I bang my head against everything.
So do we want to leave it or drop it?
Did we get a bid on
I
how
know
to
what
fix
it
it, or
is.
can we fix it?
what?
Did we get a bid on how to fix it, or can it be fixed?
Well, you
Expand.
need to build on out,
Need an outhouse.
you need to build out back, add to it.
In
The only way
addition.
you can, to do it, you can take half of the building
Okay,
and make
so what
it
do we wanna do with it?
12 by 12.
I mean, I don't know if you're gonna do a lot, but
Maybe
it's
drop that
nice
by
to have
half.
at least 1,000 or 1,500, just in case. They wanted to move all the computer desks up front in that entryway
For
and stop
telehealth.
using it for used books and make it more accessible for story time and for the kids and everything. And it would be more private for the computer people.
Well,
It's a
quieter.
Sorry.
Well, I wouldn't, I would say either leave it or
Just leave it
drop
as is since we haven't used it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just in
just leave
case.
it.
So you got that.
Okay,
That means
so miscellaneous on that would be what?
Oh, that same thing, let's just leave it.
What's it for?
Miscellaneous
Just-
is just for miscellaneous stuff, you know.
You know,
Sometimes we
this or
get them toilet paper, sometimes paper towels.
Someone kicked the back
So-
door.
But that's also a supply, you know,
Oh.
supply, so that would be
Supply.
for paper towels, cleaning supplies.
No, for the library,
Yeah, this is
Right.
still under the library.
yeah.
Yeah, so you could use the miscellaneous to add either
Yeah.
direction, the
Okay.
building or whatever.
But we haven't used anything for supplies
No,
or miscellaneous or building repairs for the library in the last 2 years. Oh, I mean, we have $600 out of that 2,500.
Okay, so are we good with the rest of that?
Yes.
You want-
Need
I have a question,
to cover.
going back. Okay, I love Polly, but we raise her flower budget every year, like hundreds of dollars. Like, I don't think everything should be touchable here. Why are we doing that?
For what?
For her flower budget, for Polly's flower budget.
So you don't want to, or you do?
I just wanna find out why are we raising it hundreds of dollars every year?
Because
Yeah,
the
the
price,
flowers
because the price of flowers, it's not just the flowers, it's the watering time that she's got and supplies that she's gotta have for her equipment, for her tanks, her pumps, everything like that's
food
included
for
in
the
that.
plants.
Food, yeah, I mean, just like I said, me alone, I've got
Plant
$2,000 in there.
I mean, I see her every day, but I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
everything
But
should
it's
be touched.
not just the flowers, it's like you said, the fertilizer, the pump
Maintenance.
supplies, everything, she's gotta pay for that. She's out all of that out of her pocket. The
Right.
fuel for her pickup, all that is out of that.
So, and where are all these flowers? Just
They're
where-
on, all the way up Main Street, the whole pink garden, all that. The trees that she buys, she
She
takes
does
them
the
out.
park.
She does the park, she does that,
Yeah.
she'll take out the trees and she'll plant them somewhere else and bring younger ones in to keep them in those planters. She does
So
all that.
you know where the grass is, where the blackberries, all those flowers along the back are polys, and all these planters along here are polys.
Down by where the,
Holly does a lot of
volleyball
work.
net thing is, all those flowers, she does
Yeah.
all those. So
No,
it's
she's
all that.
great, I just think everything should be questioned.
Right, but that's the thing, is you didn't know where they went or what it also all went
I-
for,
I
so
can
that's
see
all
everything.
included. And I don't think that she actually uses that budget for like her pickup and her pump stuff like that, she
I think
uses
she
it
does
just
just
for
for
flowers,
flowers.
and everything else is her donated stuff. But she spends a lot of
Yeah,
money
she
on
does.
flowers. I
Yes,
mean,
she does.
like I said, I've got a lot over there, and I don't do what she does.
But yours are consolidated too. Hers are
Right,
spread
and mine
out.
are a different type of flowers, mine are a little bit cheaper, she's got some hardier stuff out there. And she buys more annuals and stuff, or perennials than I do and stuff like that, so. Yeah, it's very, very expensive. No, I'm
Sure.
glad you questioned it.
Well, I mean, there's fundraisers and stuff too, possibly we could look into. I'm just saying, it goes up hundreds of dollars every year, so that's why I'm.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're down to PPE and public safety.
Yeah, and we already changed all that.
We changed
No,
PPE.
not PPE, we didn't.
We changed all the ones at the top, we haven't changed PPE.
We used 10,311 and we have it budgeted for 5. We've always been over, so yeah, we definitely, because even the year before we were over $3,400. Or over $3,000. Did we use that much in PPE for the, out of the general fund? for the
That
library?
covers, no, we're on to
Cover our
public safety. So that probably covers the fire department, right?
Yes.
Um,
PP&E is basically, public safety is everything all the way down to police, is fire department.
It didn't Cliff say that they're gonna be upgrading some of their PPE and stuff too?
Mhm.
Quite a bit.
And that's what, and then they got, yeah.
Well, I think it should be raised, maybe to 12,
Well,
14.
let's say 12. I don't know.
The 5,000 is what, you mean?
Well, because they used 10,300 and then they're
You
almost.
did say the helmets are 500 apiece.
Right, and it went up from 8,400 the first year and then 10,300 the next year, so it's going up at least
I agree.
$1,500 to $2,000.
I'd go to 12K.
12, Mark, you good?
Yeah. Didn't you give us a number?
I don't remember.
It just said helmets are now 500 apiece, just the helmet.
So even at 12, that still gives them 2,000 more than they spent last year.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
So again, the public safety is mainly the fire department.
Yes,
So
except for-
communications, so I can tell you, like, the communications is probably like their radios.
Yeah.
When we buy radios for the ambulance, they're $800-900 right now, and that's for one. So, they're only gonna.
Dixie cups and string.
Yeah, they're literally only gonna be able to buy 2 radios if something happens, and we, on the ambulance, we just had to, like 2 years ago, had to go up from the older ones to the new ones because they're.
And that's
the old
what
ones
he
aren't
wants to
compatible
do,
anymore.
what?
Well,
So-
what I'd like to see happen is Cliff, Fire Chief, Joe, put in what their proposal is every year, what they
Right.
would like,
Right,
and why they need
right.
more than 2 radios. Because I don't think any of us would hesitate to give them.
No, and that's my point, is because when we did it, we were only doing like 2 at a time because it's so expensive.
Right, okay.
So do we want to go up on the communications or leave it alone?
Well,
And just see
if
what
you
they can
factor,
do
say,
this
when
year?
we were buying the ambulance, they were $750-ish.
I'm going that 24 to 35.
I'd like to leave it alone and let them tell us if they, you know what I'm saying, like, if they need it. Cliff is pretty vocal, and,
We can change it next time, we're not closing the budget out tonight, we're just
Right,
looking at it, so we
right.
can't ask him.
right.
So should we leave the rest of the fire department alone until we?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
I would like that, yes, please.
okay, we can skip to page 5 then.
Well, you got,
Go for it.
the police isn't fire department, but I think that's the contracted thing that we're, right?
Yeah, so we can go down to the bottom of streets, that one's already done.
Real fast though, we're budgeted, what, am I right, 11 and we're spending 72?
But we still have 3 months left to pay.
And you know he spends it all.
The police spend it all?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, sorry.
Whatever.
Yeah. So we're on
It's
the,
$800 a month, period.
so
That's
for,
Police?
and we have 3 months left?
Yep.
Yeah,
400
that's it.
bucks.
Yeah, so that's 24.
Okay, so skip
Yeah,
to
so
page
it's-
6.
Still close on the police.
Down to miscellaneous on the street, 500.
255?
Yeah, 255, so we're leaving that, are we leaving that one because it's miscellaneous?
Yeah.
And
Supplies is probably,
right at that.
supplies is really close.
That's really close, we should probably bump it up, because we still have 3 months. Maybe bump it to 13?
What are supplies for roads? Because that's not gravel, right? Gravel has its
Yeah,
separate,
gravel has its own.
Yeah, gravel.
Oh, no, paint,
over like the crosswalks.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta buy crosswalk paint, sometimes we get cones,
flag.
the
I see.
flags that, for the crosswalks, those go on there,
Paintbrushes, just.
we have to do we do marking paint when we do locates, we paint on the streets.
So do you think, oh, go ahead, Mark.
No, I was gonna say, this is one thing again, like, in the future, I think it'd be great, like, if you had like what your like kind of dream budget for stuff, the things you'd like to do. Speaking of which, right now, like, is there, if you could get something done, what would it be? Like, are you looking at like certain crosswalks you'd like to be done or whatever? Because I think this is a very important thing for us to spend our time and money on.
Well, it's a very good question. Keep it brief. There are tons of grants we can apply for to help us with things like medians, signs, crosswalks, lights. I mean, it's really endless. So it's up to you guys or where we want to go with that. Right now, we're just maintaining the crosswalks, and I do want to get some kind of signs going for the school again eventually. But like the sky's the limit, or it just kind of depends.
Is there like some signs you want, anything you want to get while we're looking at this budget though, I mean, like to, because this is where I'm ready.
Didn't we just replace all the
We
signs?
just got all new signs.
We got a
around
grant for
town.
that, didn't we?
Yeah.
We got the transportation grant for that. My main thing would be paving is the main thing. There's only a few streets left to make us completely, pretty much whole.
Okay.
So, maybe just raising the paving budget is my only suggestion.
Okay,
But,
is that under the same?
That would be under street repairs.
Repairs, okay.
Which we haven't, I don't see street repairs.
Oh, it's down to 3, but it's, yeah,
What page you on, 5?
I'm on page 5.
Oh, I see it.
6.
So
oh,
that's because we used 2 years at once.
yeah, that's because the budget is, 23, I mean, just to give you an idea, I mean, a driveway can cost, quite a bit, 16,000 for.
Is that under building repairs, what are we looking at?
No, you're on page 5.
Street.
Street repairs.
It
It's
says
20
streets.
Halfway down,
We're on page 5.
halfway down.
So where it says 266,877. So we used 2 years at once because we're able to do that.
But we need to go back up and finish supplies.
Right. So I say we leave supplies
As is.
as is.
Okay. Equipment repairs.
I say we take that down.
Well,
We have fairly new equipment, except for
except
the
for the
tractor.
backhoe.
Yeah,
No,
Oh, the backhoe.
The backhoe, and it's gonna have some big equipment expense.
Did they tell you about what that would cost?
well, I think right now we're at just under 8,000
I
for
think we should do
everything
it,
that they're
because
doing.
we're gonna need it.
Yeah. 'cause
Okay,
the
that's gonna
backhoe's-
come out of that 10,000 right now.
Right.
Right, but we were looking
Oh, for
at,
next
For
year.
budgeting,
Next
For
actually.
year.
next year,
but-
so if we could drop it for next year then, you're right.
So what,
So-
5? What are
your
your
backhoe, because the tractor's new, right?
The tractor's new.
Everything's gonna
The
bring-
dump truck is out of streets too, but it's new. So, I mean, unless you guys want some other piece of equipment, I don't see any.
Well, until we decide to buy one, so we could drop that to 5.
I'm good with 5.
Yeah, 10 to 5.
I lost it.
Auto fuel, that one's really large for not using as much.
Yeah, it is.
It's because they finally fixed that frickin' Toyota.
So let's drop it down to like 1,500.
Other 15.
Street repairs, if you're gonna do more paving, you're gonna wanna up that.
Let's up it to 100,000.
I mean, even if
Scratch
you
out all
do,
that savings.
even if you do
You're
50,
killing me, yeah.
even
Well-
if you do 50, you could finish up your roads and probably still have something left, cause we spent
So-
66.
Question, if we did 50 and did 2 years in a row, that'd be 100,000.
That'd get a lot
Yeah,
done.
see, that would be, it's a lot easier to get contractors to reply when they know they've got 100,000
Mhm.
versus 40,000.
Yeah, I like that, 50's good.
Now,
So-
27, 50.
don't forget, we still have 36,000 on the table that I've already signed the bid for this year.
So we're basically, so we're,
We're gonna be at 100,000 anyway, probably.
so that is a plus of 22.5, right?
Mm-hmm, yes.
Okay.
And just also, this is conditional, and you don't have to approve it if, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, this is,
So vehicle repairs, that's the Toyota and the Chevy, right? So that should be,
vehicle, I mean,
that's what, like, is
It
that oil
usually gets
changes?
divided out.
But is it like oil changes?
But you haven't used
Yeah,
anything
oil
this
changes.
year.
yeah, I don't know what that, I don't
Tires
know
or-
under streets what that would be on or vehicle repairs.
You know, you don't never know
We
about
haven't had
tires.
anything.
Right.
Run over it.
But there hasn't been anything used this year.
I mean, I need new
Well,
tires.
But on, under streets, you need tires?
I need new tires on my Chevy, but we're wearing them out until fall.
Winter, yeah.
I'd say 3,500, I'd leave it at 35.
Okay, 500 for office expense for the streets, what would that, and we haven't used it in 2 years,
Crossed out.
okay?
I think they
Gravel,
just kinda did everything across the board.
gravel, 8,000, we used 1,400 and
We,
1,300.
we had a light winter last winter.
Right, but the year before we only used 3,200, so we're still way above what we've,
Can we get away with 5?
that's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah, we can.
And then sidewalks, we had all those repairs, so we're up this year.
Yeah.
I think we should leave it at 5.
Okay.
Do you need more than that?
Well, I did take the tree cutting down out of the sidewalk budget because they were on the sidewalks. And I wanna look at some sort of resurfacing or replacement eventually, but
And is that something we could look into for a grant for one of those?
yes, I think Kendrick did. Kendrick got a grant for all theirs, so.
Okay. Snow removal, why do
Do
we
you need
have,
more than 5?
No, I think that's good.
Or,
sorry,
Sorry.
why do we have 3,700 for that and we haven't used the next 3 actually?
What was it?
For snow removal?
I don't know if that's the overtime money, if that comes out.
No.
No.
Okay.
So what would those be for then?
I have no idea, I never use them.
So we can remove them?
Yeah, tree trimming is usually if we get that, AAA tree guy. He's usually $2,000, and he goes around town and he trims all the branches.
So do we
But we
wanna
haven't
save-
had him do that the last couple of
Do
years
we wanna
because.
save the 2,000 for tree trimming?
I definitely think there's some things,
Yeah.
there's some liability
should keep
trees
it.
still.
Okay.
And fire, I'm getting more paranoid about that every day. Should we up
Yeah.
that?
Okay, what about the storm drain
Should we up that?
for the tree
For
trimming?
trees, I think at least 2,500 maybe.
I'm
Okay.
with you on
Oh, yeah, cause I can definitely see a couple trees needing to have it done.
that. Is there like 1,000 a tree if you have to take it all out, right? Or more?
About 300 trees is,
Generally, we just have them drop them,
Okay,
and then we haul.
okay.
If we, but I had these guys chip the trees that were here and take the stumps out, cause they were right on Main and the sidewalks, so that was
Okay.
more.
So storm drain is if we pay somebody to come in and clean our drains, right?
Well, I think that's actually for putting in storm drain, like,
Oh.
we have done it in the past, we put those 2 up by Wendy's, we put up one up by Sandy, we put one up there. This year, we've got the one over here to finish, we started it, but we haven't finished it.
So do we need the $2,000 for that?
Can you get
What's that?
a
Just the
downsize
box, yeah, just the box, the concrete box is about 800, so then
So-
by the time we add in the pipe,
So we
and
need
rate,
the 2,000?
2,000 is really pretty cheap, yeah, I think that's
We
pretty
gotta
good.
go 2,500.
Okay, let's leave it then.
Okay.
Weed spray I would leave the same, because like, didn't we get weed spray from,
We order it
not
most,
this past year, but the year before,
no, that was fertilizer,
fertilizer?
so I ordered enough fertilizer for 2 years.
Yeah.
But weed spray would go through Big River and then also North 40,
Yeah.
and it's really expensive, just,
So leave it,
Leave it.
I
okay.
think so.
So the mowers are going up and up, so I think we should raise that to 5,000.
Yeah, I would agree,
okay.
but that's just my 2 cents.
And the signs, we just replaced new signs, do you want that 400 or do you want that?
I would just leave it at 400.
It's mainly just for posts, because they get run over and rot, and so that's mainly just for posts.
Okay, the street sweeper, is that because we had repairs on it?
Yes, it's had several repairs, we share the repairs with Kendrick, but it had,
If they pay.
the exhaust system had an issue this year, which was pretty expensive. The year before that, it blew a head on the piston, so it's getting older and it's,
I think we leave it at 2,000.
Okay, I'm good with that. equipment fuel, why do we have another fuel on here? We have an auto fuel and an equipment fuel.
Cause the diesel for the
Yeah.
tractor and the
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
backhoe and.
diesel.
It's 2,000 enough.
Well, I'm guessing with Joe on there using the backhoe for more things, that it's gonna be used a lot more than probably previous years.
Yeah,
We
So
go to-
2,000 should cover it though, or? do you-
Yeah.
That's an extra $800 than what we've used, but we haven't, I mean, we
Still
still
have
have 3
3 months.
months. What do you think, Justin?
We just built the tractor today, and, yeah, I think 2,000 is plenty.
Okay,
Bonnie, have her let me know if we're getting close or something, but I think that's plenty.
I think we need to put a page or a line item for a masseuse for us when we sit here for this long.
So
Or
we're down
massage
to,
chairs, yes.
we're leaving the capital outlay because we can move that if we need to for fuel and whatever else. So we're down to building repairs for the park, 2,800. If we're gonna put a roof on the gazebo, that's probably what it's gonna
That would be
cost.
fine, yeah. Miscellaneous 800.
as for miscellaneous stuff like a pump or whatever,
Yeah, there's,
a hose,
Okay, so
chains, I used it to buy the chains to lock the thing up, just,
I have an idea to speed this up. So take a look at it, see if there's anything you want to change in your park.
Let's just do that, okay.
Because I don't see anything that needs changed personally.
Mhm.
The only one that, the lights park, what's that, 3,800, we haven't used
Is
even
that
close.
for the headlights?
I don't know, it's got 3,800, nothing
Yes.
used this year and only 157 the year before.
So what is it for?
lights, I'm assuming for the park, but basically we don't ever, it's for the
Strap down.
gazebo part.
So could we drop it down to like $1,000 for now?
Yeah, I would.
It used to be
Okay,
for
1,000
lights,
Okay, okay.
Christmas lights.
No,
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 it's-
you- no,
it's-
it's not
it's-
Christmas lights.
It's
No.
categorized different.
So
And
why
then-
even have it at 1,000?
Well, I don't know, we could drop it to 500.
I would say 500.
500? Okay, and then what about the equipment fuel on that one? It's 1,200, and we've only used 435. Can we drop it down to like 800?
Well, is Joe gonna be using the backhoe to put in that,
yeah, he'll be, well, actually, we're not gonna use the backhoe because it's too heavy for the grass,
okay,
so,
so we're dropping that to
800,
800?
and that would give you enough?
But we've
Okay.
only used up to
435, but we still have
Yeah.
3 months.
We still have a lot
800.
more to use.
And then the capital outlay. Okay, so next page. Okay, look at your stuff. Sorry, I'm being bossy.
that whole patch is gone, I mean, you can flip to the next page.
Yeah, all this is done under operations.
Yeah, so page 8.
So we're on to supplies for, where are we at, what is this?
Page 8.
This is water,
Oh, okay, so water, we have 10,000 for supplies.
yes, because we just kind of kept it because back then we kind of did need it because we were always buying stuff.
Are we gonna need it now?
No, I would actually like that knocked down because I want to add some stuff to testing.
Like
Okay,
3?
so drop it to what, 3?
Yeah, because the
Yes.
most we've spent is 23.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Okay.
3,000?
Because we just did a big upgrade not too long ago.
Okay.
yeah,
So equipment repairs on water stuff,
yeah,
6,000, do we need
yeah.
that much?
No, I would go 3 on that one too.
We've only used it up to 15 here.
Well, and see, this is,
So I have a question, and don't take this personally.
No.
But I'm asking, you and Dick are the ones that set this up already, right? So if you're wanting to drop this, why didn't you guys drop it then and bring it to us then?
Because nobody asked for this meeting.
Right, but they know we're gonna go over it, so I was just curious.
It's probably leaning more to one side than the other.
So,
But the other thing too is that we're slowly trying to knock it down
Right,
just
right.
because
Okay,
we
I'm
were
just curious.
waiting
That's a
to
good
see
question.
how good, no, we were waiting to see how good that improvement was. Because, you know, you always have those hiccups a couple of years down the road, you're going crap.
Could we knock this equipment repairs to like
I thought we were gonna knock it to 3,
3?
yeah.
yeah.
That still seems like a lot though.
Well, if
Well,
one of those
that's
media things
double.
goes out, it's like,
Yeah.
it's pretty
Yeah, I
expensive.
don't, yeah,
That's the only
Bonnie,
reason I
where
would
does the-
say that, just in case.
where does the well fall, the well repair? It's gonna be like 30, 50.
Well, repair is down at the bottom.
Okay, so it's a separate thing.
Yes.
So system repairs 20,000, That was because we did some big upgrades.
I think,
Right.
yeah, we can definitely drop that down
Yeah,
to
so
like 3,
2?
5,
2,
five.
5, what?
5, just in case, because if you get
Well, it's
that,
taking 15,000 off, so.
One valve,
One
one
valve.
valve could be $5,000.
Okay, so we're going to,
Did we skip out a few?
Yeah, we did skip out.
Yeah. Yeah,
I leave it at 2.
Yeah.
we still have
Okay.
3 months
all
left.
right. Water line system repairs.
75, I thought we talked about
Wow.
dropping this one already too.
We did talk about it before, a couple
To
months ago.
like 40 or 50.
Yeah, we did, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
Almost 6,000.
we've got, the PRV people coming to, there's still 3 more valves to repair and recondition, and it's like $5,000 each time, so, I mean, that's only 15,000, I'm just saying.
Drop that to 30 or 40?
Those are,
I thought we'd already talked about dropping this to at least 40 or 50.
Yeah.
50?
40?
Let's do 40.
Yeah, you better have it up there because when they
Well,
come.
40's good, we got them up there.
Vehicle repairs.
Okay,
Vehicle
vehicle
repairs.
repairs.
Wow, 136 to 2, well, it's it's
Yeah,
expensive to repair the newer vehicles. It's not
Right.
they're all computer.
yeah, I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with leaving that.
500?
Well, if it has to go on the computer, 500 will eat it up really quick.
Yeah,
No.
1,000?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say we leave it.
Equipment
Two.
rental, what are we, I mean, we have rented like the lift.
Han
we got that-
rental,
That's
we do
donated.
Han rental stuff.
That's no longer a thing because Robert from TDS does it, so we don't, I don't
Yeah,
have
right,
to-
so that's what I'm saying, that's a donate, we don't do that, so
Yeah.
what are we renting?
cross that out.
Justin, and usually he
Sometimes
rents something from
like
Han rental.
if we do a water line repair, we have to rent a tamper. Sometimes we have to rent the jumping jack to tamp the gravel around. That's the main thing that we've rented.
Do you guys have to rent a box if you have to go in the hole, like a
Yes, we would have to rent a safety
box?
box like a trench if we have to go down.
We probably would wanna leave that at
Just leave it at 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
and we can also rent a blower, a manhole blower, that kind of thing to.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Let's just leave it. Office expense.
2.
It's good, 2's good.
I think so, because the year before we did 35,
36, no.
36,
But only $50 this year.
so far.
Okay, and treatment supplies, nothing so far this year, why?
Okay, yes, we do have treatment supplies. Like he says, he buys the big barrels.
Oh, for every other year, buys another 2
So
years.
he did buy some Oxard. I have it, it will be next month's payable.
Okay.
I don't know how much the bill is, all I have is the receipt.
Well, they never give us a
So-
price
Yeah,
on this.
So we spent 6,300 the year before, so should we raise it just in case and do 7 or 65?
I don't know, because remember we were talking about how much it went up and you said, well, I'm gonna be more careful
Well,
about
that was on wastewater.
wastewater.
That was the degreaser had
I
gone
would
up
do
so much.
65.
But I'm surprised because we've ordered a lot of alum this year, for, treatments. Is that what?
well,
they
that's
have?
gonna,
Takes.
Or did I put it under wastewater? Did you put it under wastewater this time?
well, I say
Because I go
we,
by what you tell me to put
No,
sugar
I know,
on.
I know you do.
we wanna just bump it up
Yeah, 'cause
65.
I
That's
do-
what I
do
said.
I think
yeah.
so.
65. Okay. The computer, I'm skipping down because the other one's there, but the computer, 3,500. You said they're getting a
I
new
thought we've
computer,
already
but
talked about computers, it
we
was
did,
already.
yes, we did.
Yeah, 6K.
Yeah.
So then, the rest of these,
Okay.
we should go down to,
Testing,
Okay,
okay, because the other two are accountant, they're depreciation and
Right, right.
amortization.
so it's at
Um,
5, what do you suggest?
I would just at least leave it the same, because
Okay.
Anatech, we do a lot of water testing.
A lot.
Right, but we're already at 39 and we still have 3 months, that could hit you
And
high.
we did
What
over
if we went up-
6.
went ahead and bumped up to 6?
Okay, we could do
And
6.
because it's gonna go up, and if you're doing more.
Yeah.
Let's
The
do
problem
6,
is,
okay.
it can always get changed on us real quickly. If something goes awry, then all of a sudden we have to do 10 more samples a month. So,
Right.
I mean, just,
And then the other two I would leave, the next 3 I would leave the same, just because
1, 2, 2.
we don't really use them. Equipment, fuel, same thing. Meters, I don't know, where are we at with meters? How many meters do we have? Do we have any spare?
We have a 6-pack in stock.
Okay,
Oh, good.
okay.
So
Cut
do we
that to
wanna,
1?
What's that?
How much are meters?
They're about $180 each.
And we have a 6-pack,
We have a 6-pack.
So
a
drop the
new
2 to 1.
6-pack.
I would
Yeah.
drop it 2 to 1.
do 1K.
Well, repair. Now you can talk about it.
The well, yeah, the well, so it was
It needs to be
infrequent that we have to
replaced.
do it. So infrequent, but we had the one over there replaced, the well number 5, new, had to be recased, new motor, all that. This one up here is the same thing, and it's gonna be $30,000 to $50,000 to do it, but,
And we're budgeted at 3,000?
well, we don't ever use it, you know, like for 5 years, and then all of a sudden, wham.
Well, and when you do with,
So you'll
So
do
do we
it
need to increase it this year to get that done next year and then drop it back down?
didn't you talk about that already?
I talked about city council that I've already gotten one bid, but I need to get the rest of the bids before we fix it.
So what do you think this should be, Justin? What do you think?
Well,
Like 3,
I-
any wild guess?
I don't know, it depends on what the perception of it is, so if 3,000, it looks like we're not spending it, then that's bad. But
No.
if
No,
you
no,
bump
No
it-
one's ready to do a well repair.
This is
Right.
like an emergency,
Yeah.
Right, so if we're planning on repairing this well next fiscal year, then we should budget for it now, so then we'll have the budget item, we'll use it. and
I would
go
rather
over
have
it.
way more in there
Yeah,
than not
so
enough.
what was your first estimate, and we'll just plan on repairing that. So I think this is kind of what Mark was talking about, like, if we know these things are gonna come for the previous year, like budgeting for wells and stuff, then if we know, we can add it to the budget.
Okay, so Phil Stradley, sorry.
Right.
yeah, no, I actually would like to see, especially like, say, Justin, not to pick on you, Cliff, come to us.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
actually.
he says to have a driller set up to clean out the well is 20 to 30,000. To replace the pump and motor with the same setup, including the pipe and fittings, is 25,000 more. So maximum 55 is his maximum bid.
We're at 3 grand.
So I think we should up that so that we can
For
just
this
plan
year.
on repairing it, and then next year we can drop it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we talked
So
about
bump it up to 50 for the year?
Well, I would, no, if it's
Well-
55 is the first bid,
So 60,
I would
so
just
60.
But I don't know if it's gonna be repaired before October 1st or after October 1st.
Well, this is for, we need to make sure it's after October 1st.
So tell him to do it after October 1st.
Right, so then it'll be next year's
Well, he can do
budget.
it, you know,
And bill
September
us later.
30th, but we
Right.
he can bill us October
Okay.
1st.
So we're upping that to 60,000?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. And honestly, you guys, that's really reasonable.
Yeah, I thought we talked about
We
it.
talked
did.
about
We
it.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've
Okay.
already agreed to do it, so.
Reservoir cleaning,
At 4,
and it's gone up, so should we just go with 4,500?
Well, that's all I'm giving you. We're not even done. We've already used 44.51.
We only get it
We're
cleaned
not
once a
doing it
year.
anymore, yeah.
Yeah, we
Right.
only get it cleaned
That's
once
true,
a
that's
year,
true.
right?
But 44.51, it's only $49, that's 55,000, why not go to 55? Because in case it goes up next
I'd
year.
say
Because look how much it went up from the year before
How
to
about
this year.
5?
Yeah, but it went up, huh?
How about 5?
Well, that's only $49.
No,
No, that would be,
It's-
Oh, yeah, $449, sorry.
Yeah,
Or
55,
5K.
500, yeah,
5,000.
sorry. I'm sitting here thinking up to $500.
you write me check for 100 grand, oh, you're tired.
Oh my gosh, I'm so ready to be out of here.
I know.
We're getting there.
I think we need to call another meeting, it's already 8:30.
We
And
have,
we have 5 pages to go.
some of this is already done.
Actually, you go to page 11.
See?
All right, let's go to page 11.
All that stuff has been already done.
Oh,
We're already
sweet.
down clear to.
Okay, so look at it and see what you think needs changed. Quit doing this line item piece.
This is sewer.
Okay, this one is just,
What
can
is
I
this?
just say,
Operations.
sewer improvement engineering, so
A lot of this.
I
we
left it
have
at
to leave.
600.
yeah.
This is all gonna have to do with the grant. So like those line items, 600,000, 10,500,000. I am going to tell you, I gotta talk to Stillman. I gotta find out exactly what he's getting for grants.
Yeah, those need to stay.
I think most of the sewer stuff is gonna have to stay until we know for sure what's going on
Right.
with all of that.
Agreed.
Okay.
Okay, page 12. Dang, I'm loving it.
13.
Well, that's all sewer, cause that's, yeah, so on to the
And this is all
last page.
sanitation, and except for,
And we already went over all that.
Yep.
Yep.
unless you want me to add any line
I don't want to do
items.
anything.
We want you to go to bed.
No, we gotta add up what we've done here. I wanna add up before I leave, so.
I had 2.
So, But the big thing is that the sanitation, if you want me to give you more line items, you'll have to
We know
let
what
me
you're
know.
doing in the bathroom.
What the heck is that?
I don't know.
Bonnie, I'll be sure and tag the POs with water treatment supplies if I can. That's the only thing in this whole entire process.
It's just like that stupid Amatec, every once in a blue moon you have a wastewater Amatec.
Yeah, I don't do them every quarter.
And so you don't mark that one, or tell me about it, I just put it underwater, so.
Okay, no problem. I just,
Take out mine. I
Um,
don't trust people to take it out of the drawer.
I don't think it's-
Might read my little color.
So, cartoon. How many times was that? 4.
Oh, she's counting.
Could have been 3, I don't know.
I think it was at least 4.
Yeah,
Next
I
time,
haven't-
raise your hand.
I haven't had a stalker in a while, so
Eric's gonna replay it and send it to you. Wendy was right, it was.
Eric, would you
We'll
edit all
have, we'll have
that?
a counter.
Potty
Yep.
break. Potty break.
So are we gonna have another meeting so that you guys can make this tentative after you look it over?
I thought this
Well, I
was
think
the
that's what we did.
tentative.
Yeah, but you don't know if I'm gonna actually do it right.
So
Well, we'll
we've,
look at it at the next one before we approve it.
Okay.
You have to approve the tentative budget before we can have the
Okay.
public hearing.
Okay,
so
make it short and sweet.
we've saved 142,911.
Woo! Disney, Eric.
Now let's see what we've,
What we added.
what we've added.
Well, we added 50,000, or, yeah, 55,000 of
Oh,
them.
kidding. 2 steps forward, 10 back.
So this was good.
It looks good.
So what you do is you take away, but you move it somewhere else.
Right.
So we are gonna have to have another meeting, but she's gonna have enough time to be able to publish.
Can we do the, like, before the regular meeting like we've been doing, or does it have to be a separate meeting?
A
I
half
have to
hours.
approve the tentative budget before I can publish for the budget hearing.
So we have to have that done before she can publish for the next.
And so the
budget.
next
Before the
meeting-
next regular meeting.
Yeah,
And the next meeting is the 13th of August, so can we do it the week before?
No, because I have to publish
Oh,
2 weeks before that.
14 days.
So you're gonna have to do this by
By what day?
early next week at the very latest.
Or can we just do it next,
A week
next
from now?
Tuesday?
Next,
If we do it next Wednesday,
Next Wednesday?
what's the date?
The 24th.
Yeah, it'd be the 24th.
I'm not gonna be here.
Why? Well, that's not my business, but.
Why?
Do you want
Mother?
Do you
I'll
want
just kidding.
another day?
Let me look, I could be wrong. Lori, Rocky, so let's see.
so we added,
No, you said July 24th is what you're looking
we
at?
added 105.1.
Yeah, I'm available, sorry. I was thinking August 24th.
So we've still saved, after everything we added and cut, we still saved $37,811.
Yay.
15 cents. What's that?
It's not even so much that, it's like Bonnie said, it's adjusting and moving things around where they actually should be and not be.
But we still ended up saving money too.
Yeah, and we saved money.
and it's about
And-
our job as a council.
and
So
we
that's
did
why-
our job.
That feels good, we worked together, oh my gosh.
Are you available
I make a
next
motion
Wednesday,
to
sir?
adjourn.
Me?
You don't have to take
I'm
the
just
other
kidding,
time of
this
the
is,
meeting.
what's that?
When is the meeting?
6?
What's what we're figuring
6
out?
work?
6.
Yeah, we are.
On the 24th?
That's what we're figuring out.
Yeah, I can make that work.
Okay, Wednesday, the 24th
Is
at
that
6
6?
p.m.
Okay.
Everyone drive home safe?
Bonnie,
We haven't
good job.
adjourned
We're gonna be
yet.
adjourned.
We
What
got
time have you said it yet?
I did make the motion, but she stopped, she had to pause me.
Okay.
What time?
6.
6.
Oh.
It's hard for you,
Yep.
isn't it? Is 6:30 be better for you, Bonnie? Because she's gotta come from town.
I got it.
Just ride your broom, man. It's like turbo, right?
Yeah.
Second?
Huh? No.
Second.
Wendy, thank you for everything, writing it down.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys,